Hey guys, so I'm back once again analyzing another chart. I did an analysis on the Philippine Stock Exchange Index yesterday, doing it from a technical analysis point of view. So if you want to know more about that, just check the video prior to this yesterday where we looked at where it is from a candlestick, a trend, support and resistance, moving average, and a MACD perspective. So after I made that video, a lot of people have sent DMs via Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, asking if I can do more stocks by request on Philippine stocks. And that's why I'm here right now, because of all of you, because of your messages. I'm going to try to do a bit more of this, and I'm going to try to be more consistent. After all, I still love stocks. At the end of the day, it's still amazing. However, it's the cryptocurrency market has been just very, very exciting for me. Building on something that on top of something that's very, very new is so fascinating. But that being said, I'm gonna promise I'm gonna try to be more consistent to talk more about Philippine stocks from a technical analysis point of view. Now, that being said, let's start off at least analyzing Globe. If you've been following me also over the past few years, one of the key things that I like about Globe from a at least from a stock perspective is the dividends have been consistent. The dividends have been good. The dividends have increased over the past few years, and it's right smack in the middle of innovation. It's right smack in the middle of a lot of people need connectivity, regardless if it's data, regardless if it's broadband, and regardless of one of their biggest and hottest subsidiaries, Mint, which also owns Gcash, which, in my opinion, is changing the way we do banking. And whatever the value of Gcash is, it's imputed on Mint, and whatever the value of that is, it's imputed also on how big Globe could actually be as well. Now, let's look at this from a technical analysis point of view. I've been very, very consistent, and for those who have been watching my videos over the past years, or if you attended my Stock Smarts seminars or even the books that I've written, I would always note that when the market is sideways, normally and the entire trend or the entire direction of it is moving in that direction, the resistance normally of that is very, very strong. And if you can see it right here for Globe, comment below if you see what the resistance is. But you can see it very clear here that the resistance is around 2302, which, if you notice it from some point in 2019 to 2020, in the midst of the pandemic, and also at a certain point in 2021, Globe has never broken out of the 2302 resistance level. It tried to hit it middle of 2019. It did it again at some point in 2019. Then it did it again at some point in 2020, or close at the start of 2020, prior to the pandemic. Then at a certain point also last year, it tried to attack it. What's interesting though, from at least the middle of 2021, was that it broke out of that particular resistance. And a strong when a stock breaks out from a very long and strong resistance, especially if it breaks out of that in a way that it changes the direction of the trend, the breakout is generally strong. So if you look at it, at least from this point, from the breakout there, at least from a stock market perspective, this was about 50 plus percent. This upward move was about 50 plus percent. That might not be impressive if you look at it compared to US stocks, or you compare it to crypto, but in the world of um, in the world of Philippine stocks, 50 plus percent over a stretch period of a few months was something that was generally good. And similar to any other move in the stock market, also, after you see moves like that, corrections generally happen. And I want to also pin this. If I would like to draw a trend line here to somehow simulate its particular move, uh, you could already connect this together right here. And as you can see, also at a certain point in time here, you see a breakage of that particular upward push. The upward push, which started August 2021, which brought Globe from around 1617 to about 3536, was actually broken. And if you look for combinations, if you look for signals also that constituted to that particular area of selling, the breakage of the upward trend also coincided with the break of the 20-day moving average. It also coincided with the break of the 50-day moving average, and it also coincided with MACD going below the zero line cross. And for those who attended our Stock Smart sessions, you do know that when MACD crosses below the zero line level, um there's a indication that there could be a trend that's actually changing and shifting, and supported by the break in the upward trend that I plotted, supported in the break in the 20 and 50-day moving average, there might be really a change that's going on. Now, if this feels a bit too complicated for you, check it out in the description below. I have books that I've written about technical analysis, and we have a pre-recorded Zoom course that you can watch at the comforts of your home as well. So all of that in the description below. But anyways, so right after the breakdown from that, we if you look at the blue moving average, the 50-day moving average, after breaking that, we have never seen globe start to push up. The 50-day moving average served as the resistance for it, um, served as the resistance for globe, generally speaking. So that being said, I'm gonna plot here a downward trending line, which also coincided with the 50-day moving average. So if you try to follow it, the 50-day moving average was following the downward slope of this downward trajectory. But that being said, allow me to zoom in here. You will see it very, very well that at this point in time, it already broke past the downward trending resistance, or the downward trending slope, and it also coincides with MACD going above the zero line cross. Now, we may see a bit of weakness, primarily because for the short term, this is the short term resistance at the 2,642 level. And if you try to look at it, we just saw from at least an RSI perspective that it hit overbought levels, and it started to cross down. So at least for the short term, it may show bits and pieces of weaknesses. But if you're looking at it also from a 3 to 4 month perspective, Globe has been consolidating with a support level somewhere around the 2,300 mark, somewhere here, and then you have a resistance here at the 2,600 level. So that has been its consolidation. But what's interesting about that is, remember what I said about trends being broken. The upward trend got broken somewhere around the end of December, and it started a new downward trend. And we just have to watch this, I think, for the next few weeks. If this particular break in this downward trending line will hold, that's one. Number two, again, remember what I mentioned about the 50-day moving average. When it broke the 50-day moving average downward, we saw Globe start to push lower, but above and beyond Globe pushing lower from the 50-day moving average, right now we're seeing a couple of things also showing us that there might be some interesting movements for Globe. It's above the 20-day moving average. It's above the 50-day moving average. The downward trending resistance is also broken, and MACD for the first time has gone above zero. Please do remember the last time it pushed above the zero line level convincingly was somewhere around here, which is around June 2021, and that predicated an entire movement up as well. So that's the current state from all of the parameters that I've mentioned for Globe. However, for it to fully reverse, couple of resistances to watch out for: 2,642, which is very, very close also to the 100-day moving average, and maybe one more last stronger resistance to constitute a reversal is a breakout for the 2,862 level, which from where we are right now is a 200-day moving average. So the reason why I'm saying this is that if you're comparing Globe from where it was a couple of months ago, I think it's in a better position. And this is what I like about technical analysis. If you look at conditions that are happening overseas, conditions that are happening in different parts of the world, and even in the cryptocurrency market, it's relatively bearish. But if you look at it from a chart perspective, for the first time, we're seeing different, uh, at least technical indicators showing that okay, Globe has consolidated since March. From a broader trend, it has been on a downward slope, but there are certain parameters that are showing us there may be a bit of buying that's already happening. In my opinion, though, full reversal again, it must break out of the 200-day moving average. But from where we are right now, I think it's in a better place as well. So there, we're doing Globe right now on a Saturday. If you guys have any other requests, I don't know. The thing about this, since this is recorded, no, people have been asking also about cryptocurrency videos. Um, I think if I need to do cryptocurrency, it has to be live because the movement is just so dynamic that there's so much going on there that I have to do it on a live fashion. But for stocks, because it doesn't really move as much and the market's also closed at a certain period of time, it allows me to do more allows me to do more videos like this where I get to record them as well. So there, comment below if you guys want me to do more of this. If you have any other stocks that you guys want me to analyze, if you want to know more about the stock market, tons of free videos below. Free playlists that I've created in YouTube. If you want a more structured approach, check out the seminars or the books also down below. And I guess that's it. I hope you guys learned from this. I hope that this was something that was insightful and useful for all of you. This is Marvin Germo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, and God bless you all.